Okay, so I'm gonna try and, for once, because I thought it'd be kind of cool this time, to show a video of how I make these little wooden penguins each Christmas. As you can see here, I've already got a penguin sort of outlined. He's not from the penguins of Madagascar. He's gonna be his own little thing. He's not even a Chili Willy or a Chili Lily. But my hope is I can take this and darken some lines I need to darken with a pencil, just so they're a little bit more visible, because the farther out and farther back I scoot with this guy that I got from Walmart, 30 bucks, which actually was pretty good for what it was worth, the harder it is to see things. So, and the box surrounding the penguin is the box. It's about the size and shape underside where the image gets put and then projected outward. So I'm going to attempt to darken my workspace, but it's better when it's truly dark because you don't have any issues like a garage light consistently turning on. So I'm going to shut the garage, even though it actually looks kind of nice out here. So I'm going to shut the garage, and then we're going to see how dark it gets and see what I can do. So yeah, we'll see. This is as dark as I could get it. It's not 100. And that light, I don't need that light on because it'll blind my thingy. But as you can see, there's some spots I got it where it is dark, and I might try and do it over here in this corner because it's dark. At least it was until the light turned on again. But I don't know. I'm not sure what's setting it off, but that's where I might do it. I don't know. Just the wood has to be leaning up against a surface. Let me see. Because the only other surface I can do it is over here, but it's a little light still coming in from the window as well. It's brighter on the camera than it is for me. That's why I thought about going over there, but for some reason, I keep triggering the light. I don't want to trigger the light. Anyway, I'm going to try and get set up, and then I'm going to see what happens. I will give an update once it's all set and it looks good and I can do this. What I've gone and done, and yes, this is the Zootopia CD soundtrack in the background. But what I've gone and done is I've traced over Mr. Penguin and made him a little bit darker, because when you use the tracer, the more you back up, the more blurry and harder it is to see the lines. That's why if you print stuff out in color, it is preferred with this tracer, I think, that you have separate colors bumping into each other, like pink to blue, light to dark, or light to light, or something, so the colors don't exactly blend in. Like, for instance, a light red to a medium red to a dark red. I'm gonna pause this, I can't. But you want the colors sort of clash, or clash a little bit, or at least be noticeable. Like you can see the line, like, because when I blow it up, I'm going to use Mr. Sharpie here on Mr. Wood, and I'm going to then make it so I can see the outlines and know where to cut. But that's what you want to do, is you want your colors to be able to be, you want to be able to see the border, essentially, like where the pink and the blue meet. You want to know where that is so you can draw on the line where to do everything. And of course you'll paint over all the Sharpie anyway, so it won't matter. So I'm going to attempt to set this up, and then we'll rock and roll. Again, brighter than you actually will, then I can actually see. But now I have to take the drawing, put it under Mr. Tracer, and see that? That's the outline of the bottom of the thing. So I got to put the drawing underneath it, line it up against Mr. Wood. I know you guys can't see much, and I can't see much. I'm fumbling around in the dark, but I'm going to see what I can do to blow this up. Which means I should turn this image sideways, because that way Mr. Tracer can sit on it, and it's got to be level because otherwise this won't work. But as you can see, hopefully this works. Still, damn it, why the hell did it do that? It screwed up the paper. I know you're looking at carpet, sorry. Why does it do that every time I put it down? Oh, now I did that. Dang it. And then just gently, okay. Now, oh crap, it's upside down. Whoops. Oh, shit. Well, I drew it that way for a reason, but okay, so then we'll go this way with it. I can't clip it to the clipboard, but basically, you see what I'm doing right now. Oh crap, where is it? Hold on. There it is. Now do you see it? So now what I need to do is figure out how big I want it to be. How big is this penguin going to be? And then I'm going to back it up on the board and do it that way. Although I think this rug is also in the way because I see a bit of a gap where the bottom of the bird's iceberg is. And I kind of want to line that up with the bottom of the wood. So, oh crap. I just accidentally folded. Uh-oh. 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 Crap. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, about 1 billion times over. Hang on. Okay, that's a little bit better. I'm gonna pull him back and see if I can't adjust. This is hard to do. Hold the phone and show you guys this and do it at the same time. Hang on. But this is kind of what I do for all my penguins. Shit. I want to see. Tilt it this way some. Hang on. I'm just going to have to pause, stop the video, fix this, and then show you guys. Now, as you can see, after futzing with it for a little bit, because I hadn't used this thing in a while, you can now see that I have gotten the penguin positioned kind of as close to as he's going to get as possible. I don't really like that bottom lower left-hand corner where the iceberg sort of doesn't exactly seem to touch it, and I'm tempted to scoot this whole chunk of wood this way, actually. Because sometimes you can do that too. That's a little bit better. So now what I'm going to do is use Mr. Black Sharpie, and I'm going to trace over all the lines you see on the wood. Some lines I know I'm going to have to cut because I don't want it, and some lines are there just to let me know, hey, this is where the color of something ends. Like, for instance, in the middle, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little, what looks like Christmas tree type pine tree thing on the shirt as a design. That's going to be outlined in black, but that tells me paint that green and paint that stick essentially brown. And then like right there on the wrist, what looks like a square box as the flippered arm comes up, a rubber wristband of sorts, either dark blue or dark purple, I'm not sure. And then of course, once it's all traced out on the wood, I can take it tomorrow, or maybe tonight I might try it, I don't know. But take it and cut out the basic outline of the penguin, and then after that it's just a matter of sanding it down, and then after it's been sanded down smooth to where I feel comfortable touching it, I will go about putting paint on it to make it look pretty, because I already got the color scheme written down. So show you what this looks like when it's done, and I'll turn on some music. As you can see, I'm still working on it. you have to have a bit of artistic license when you do this, try and trace over it. Plus, I've never blown up a penguin like this. Usually I draw these little tiny things and they turn out good because they're really small. I don't have to worry about such finite detail, but or where the lines go exactly because they'll blend in. But as you can see, sometimes I boo-boo, like my head will go all the way, like right there. You have to be careful with that one and make sure it curves. Same thing with this little ball up here. Gotta make sure that kind of curves. And the only things left to do are his eyes, the pupils I'll paint in, the eyebrows, and the flipper waving. Most of this, and this flipper right here, which I'm not sure what to do with as far as, do I just leave it there, leave it hanging, or do I draw like a little bit of a line? Because you can see I put an outline of where I wanted the sleeve to go, and what kind of the side of the shirt is, but I don't know if, I don't know, I'll have to think of something. Anyway, I thought you guys might want to see it. So, I know that some of you might point out, if anyone does, I highly doubt it, that this flipper is way longer than this one, and this one looks like it seems to be more of the right size or bigger, I'm not sure, but basically, I'm leaving that flipper alone. That's fine the way it is, because, again, this is taking all just kind of whimsical license and going, when they wave, this particular penguin, type of penguin that I draw, when it waves, its body, its flipper is seen way high up. And when it's not, it's kind of short and hidden like that. So I don't know what I will do with Mr. Shoulder sleeve thing. I'm not gonna draw it in, but I might just remember in my head that make a thing and then make it look like there's a bit of a sleeve coming off here somehow. So it's just a little bit bigger so that, like, because even when I'm raising my arm right now, my sleeve doesn't seem to be loose or anything. But when we lower our shirts, sometimes the sleeve will definitely have space for our hands. I don't know. I just know it's gonna look all right for what I need to do. I'm not looking for anything perfect. I'm not looking to try and show and make it look like the ones that are like fucking 3 feet tall, give or take. That's essentially what I've done so far, as you can see. Because this is going to a friend of mine anyway, so it's not going to be in my display, but I've outlined it, traced it best as I could. Made a note about the flipper thing, like I just told you, trying to figure out what I'm going to do with that. And then hopefully it'll all look nice when it's got color in it. So we'll see you on the other side when it's all cut and sanded, I guess. I'm going to use Mr. Jigsaw to cut out Mr. Penguin. I'd love to have some ear protection, and I know we got some somewhere, but I don't know where my dad has it. I'm going to take one more quick look, and if I can't find it, oh, this is going to be loud. A bit rough, and wow, a little noisy. Maybe not as noisy as I remember, but now I'm going to take Mr. Penguin, sand him off so I can touch him with my bare fingers when I go to paint him and put all the tape all over him. Because whenever I build these things, anything out of wood, especially if it's for somebody else, if I can't safely run my fingers over the entire thing that I've made confidently, knowing that I will not get a splinter, it's not smooth enough for me. Anyway, so as you can see, I've sanded most of it, what the sander could reach. There's going to be bits that I have to go over by hand, like in the crevices and whatnot in some of the parts of the flipper. I also accidentally sanded a little bit into the flipper right there that you can see, but once you paint over it, ain't nobody really going to notice, and I don't usually say anything if I screw up something small like that. Anyway, it's getting better, getting closer. As you can see, I've added some color to him, or I'm starting to. His black is all the way painted. I'm just waiting for that little flipper and one little section more to dry of black. You can see there's blue on some kind of an iceberg thing, although you can tell you can see where I've sort of screwed up a little bit. And that will get, I'll dismiss that as something in the ocean, near his berg, trapped in the ice. And then this guy is going to be screwed on to the bottom of the iceberg, so they both sit flush, but this is heavy, and this will act as a weight to keep the penguin from flopping about and, you know, falling over all the time. So, yeah, I'll let you know when there's another update. So here he is with more color. As you can see, he's got his eyes, but no pupils. Speaks there. Little purple wristband. I got some paint on my thumb. Blue shirt, little Christmas thing. Christmas tree. I'm gonna darken that line right there, make it a little bit thicker, like a black trunk, because, you know, I don't have any brown. And I don't know whether I will fix or touch up all these small little errors with a marker where it's black just to blend it in, or whether I'll just ignore it. But I know there are certain spots, and see if you can spot one of them right now, where newspaper stuck to it. And I was a little bit annoyed, and I'm just like, damn it. And then I finally just went, you know what, screw it. I'm just going to paint over it and it'll blend in. And it did. So I don't know what I'm going to do, but white is like the only thing left on this side. And then putting his iceberg, because as you can see on the back, he's all the way painted. So we'll see what I decide to do. And then you guys will see the finished product, and then, or hopefully you should see the finished product, and then that'll be how you make your own penguin out of wood if you ever wanted to. Let him dry, peel away the excess tape, and I'll probably fill in small gaps with a black marker. But otherwise, screw on his berg and he's done. He'll be ready to give away to a friend of mine. So hopefully he gets enjoyed for many years. Here he is, all painted and done, ready to be given away, except for the trunk. You know what? Let me fix that right now. I almost forgot about that little guy. Oops. And there's tape. Okay, so sorry for the view for a second. There we go. Got it. Check it. When you stand him up, it'll look like he's got a little Christmas tree on him. Anyway, thanks for watching. Do take care.